Hello everyone, welcome back to Bits and Bob's Divination. My name is Caitlin and today we are going to be diving into the month of June with all this sunny energy to see what blessings are coming in as well as the energy, insights, and guidance coming to you. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so welcome back everyone who joins me for these monthly readings and these Monday readings, as today we are going to be looking into June. So thank you everyone who's joined in and all the beautiful kindred spirits here. And also if you're new to the channel, I do monthly readings, timeless readings, and also 2-week readings that you can check out and some other spiritual fun stuff too. So feel free to subscribe if you'd like to. But before we start going into the piles, I really do want to encourage you guys to spread some love in the comments this month because it is Pride Month, so happy Pride everyone. And as a person of the LGBTQIA plus community, I just think it's really important for us to spread some love and support and kindness and just healing in general, beyond Pride even, for whatever reason we may need it, in the comments down below. So feel free to spend just a couple of seconds here now to send a little knock joke, to tell someone, that they are loved, that they are cared for, that you see them, beautiful affirmations, words of wisdom, whatever you guys really want to do. But such beautiful support and love and kindness for kindred spirits here in the comments. I think that would be such a wonderful, lovely thing to do, and I'm so excited to see what you guys post, especially if anyone does some knock jokes. I'm here for it. But yeah, anyway, I just think that would be something really lovely to do, and especially with Pride Month and everything. So before I yammer on anymore, let's go ahead and start looking at these piles. So as you can see, I was really feeling drawn to the sun with Litha this month and everything, but especially those of you who are in the southern hemisphere, this is also to celebrate that the sun is coming back. So depending on where you're at, I really felt this sunny energy. And also for these piles, I decided to choose a rune for each pile, but I didn't want you guys to be spoiled on what rune it is. So we have some green aventurine here, and you guys can choose visually or energetically as well. But we do have here for pile number 1 a beautiful dried sunflower. So that is pile number 1, as well as the rune. So you can't see what rune it is, but that is the crystal structure. Then here for pile number 2, we have this little sun sachet. And if you guys have been here long enough, you'll know last June I actually used this for one of the piles as well. And it was about bringing the sun back for me. And I have like little herbs and everything inside. But yeah, that is pile number 2, as well as the rune. And then lastly here, we have this dried orange slice that I did back in October. But this is a little dried orange slice for pile number 3. And then this is the rune message to go along with it. So those are all 3 piles. But before you choose your pile and really take your time to do so, let's go ahead and take a deep breath together so you can gather your thoughts, gather your intuition, and really take some time to calm down before you do. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath together here now. And as always, there's no right or wrong way to choose these piles. You can choose 1 pile, 2 piles, 3 piles, choose a pile, change your mind, flip-flop as you'd like. There really is no right or wrong way to do this. And if you already know which pile is for you, feel free to go in the description down below where you can find the timestamps, or go through the chapter marks of this video to find your specific pile or piles. But also down in the description below, you can find how to get different private readings from me. I do snail mail readings where I send a letter to you in the mail for your topic or question, and to send these beautiful messages to you where you can really experience them in person. And I also have the option to send you guys some magical paper as well for your rituals and sigils as well. So if you're interested in that, feel free to look down in the description to see more information. You can also find the decks and supplies that I use, and also how to connect further with me through Instagram and this community, because I'm on there quite often, and I'd love to see more of you guys more personally there. So feel free to connect with me on Instagram as well. And I think that's all. Happy Pride, everyone, and we'll go ahead and get started with pile number 1. Hello group 1, if you've decided to choose this sunflower, then this is the pile for you. I'm going to go ahead and set that down right here for you so you can see it during your reading here today, as we're going to be looking into the charms, the watercolor affirmations. We're also going to be using the Modern Witch Tarot and the Sea Melodies Oracle. And instead of using the letter tiles this month, I've decided we're going to play around with some rune messages as well. So stay tuned to figure out what rune you're going to get for your pile. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started looking into your month of June. So we're looking for any energy, insights, or guidance, or bigger events that are coming in that you may want to be aware of for the month of June. So here we are, group 1. We have here first off the Hierophant. Lots to do with learning, teaching, mentoring, growing as an intellectual on some sort of level there. So group 1, what do we need to know for group 1 with the sunflower for June? We're also looking for blessings. So what blessings are coming in here for group 1 here for the month of June? So we also have the 9 of Cups. How wonderful. This is all about feeling really confident, feeling very fulfilled. So let's see what else is coming in here for you. Group 1 for blessings coming in for the month of June, or any other energies, insights, and guidance we need to be aware of. So here we have the 9 of Pentacles. So those are your 3 tarot cards for the month here, group 1. I was going to say group 3 because there's 3 tarot cards, but we have the 9 of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the 9 of Cups. Interesting that you got 2 9 cards. So we'll see where that comes in to play later on here in the reading, but let's see what's coming in here for you, group 1, for your blessings for June. What blessings are coming in an oracle message here for the group of 1 for June. Feel free to send your energy in through time and space so we can get a better look. So here we are. Oh, neat. Okay, so you have here travel. It says, seeing the surface of the ocean is not the same as diving deep to see the coral. So this is about traveling more long distance as well. I'm seeing like road trips, or going on vacations, or heading out somewhere for holidays, or get-togethers, possibly earlier in the month. But then with that 9 too, it could be later in the month too, but that's where I'm just sort of seeing one or the other. But yeah, let's keep looking in. So here we are, we're going to pull you a rune. These are green adventuring runes, in case any of you guys were curious. Let's pull you a rune for the month of June, group 1. Okay, so you have here Awaz. I believe I'm saying it right. I always get Awaz and Iwaz in their pronunciation mixed up, but there we are for you. That is the rune that you received, and this is like the U tree of the rune, so this has its own specific kind of message, and it's one that kind of plays around with more than one message. It's not very like direct to only one type, so I'll talk about the different messages that could be coming in from that one here in a moment. But I'm going to go ahead and move on to your last message here so I can start really diving in deep. But we will look into the charms here later on in the reading to get more of those bits and bobs details. But here we are, group 1. We're looking for any information, energy, insights, or guidance coming in here for group 1 and the blessings coming in for June. Group 1. What do we need to know? So I think you might have gotten 2 here. Oh, no, you had a huge group and then 1. So we'll see what this says here. So we have breathe in a fresh new start. And the other thing about this one, I ended up spelling it wrong, which then kind of worked to the advantage of this card because it is about breathing in a fresh new start. So even though it didn't really work out for me, it's about restarting too. Like at any time you can restart. Even if you felt like you just started and restarted something, you can always begin again. Even if it's still at the very beginning stages, you can start over at any time. So that's what's coming in most here for me, for you, group 1, but let's go ahead and dive deeper into these messages. All right, so whenever I see 2 9s showing up, that always makes me think that you're almost there. Like if you are currently studying, or you're in uni, or maybe you're taking summer classes, or you possibly just finished uni too, and this could be talking about how you like just finished that like big stride, or you just finished some sort of formal education or a certification or something like that. I feel like you are just like finishing those final strides, or you're at the very end of it. You're finally reveling in the excitement of finishing off that journey. But on the other side, I do see that some of you might just be at the beginning stages. So where some of you are harvesting and really taking in the fulfillment and feeling so like celebratory that, yes, I finished that certification, I finished that thing, I'm finished teaching for the year or something like that. As for others of you, some of you might be feeling more of that breathe in a fresh new start, where you are ready for a new start in something that you can be learning. And this could be formal learning, where you're actually going to get some sort of degree or certification or something like that. But some of you may just be feeling like starting a new hobby or starting something and looking for a teacher in that field, someone who has wise and knowledge as well, because whenever we get the yew tree talks about ancient knowledge too. Like the yew tree can be very sacred. So you might be learning things about your ancestors, about your spirituality, about your deeper roots, your hereditary roots, your ethnic roots, your cultural roots. Some of you might just be diving deeper into those parts of yourself and kind of creating a bridge where there was a gap before. So learning knowledge about yourself beyond just like your ego or where you're at, but where your ancestral roots lie. I feel like some of that may be coming in, and you may even be having other people helping you with this, like a mentor or a teacher, but you also might just be having someone who is very knowledgeable within your family or within your culture that could help you along the way. The other things that are cropping up here too is breathing in a fresh new start, beyond just like learning and growing, but also traveling. So you may be traveling for this reason, but I also think that some of you guys just need a fresh new start, a restart, a refresh, because maybe you have been cooped up, or you haven't been able to get out, or this is just, finally your breath of fresh air, getting out into nature or something of that sort. But I do see longer travel, so not something either that you're traveling longer distance, or you're traveling for a longer period of time. Either you're camping for a longer period of time, you're traveling a road trip, you're going on, heading like all the way across the ocean, whatever it is, big or small, the trip still feels like it's going to be long and fulfilling. The reason why I say fulfilling too is because we do have the 9 of Cups, and this is feeling very fulfilled, feeling like you have all your cups in order, and you feel like everything on a lot of different levels, on your spiritual level, on your physical level, on your mind and body and soul level, feels very fulfilled by taking this time to go traveling. Obviously still be safe where you guys can with the state of the world, but just making sure that even though you're being safe, you're still able to finally breathe. That's what I just feel like a lot of you guys are actually able to just take a monkey off your back is what I'm getting a lot. And that's going to be your biggest blessing, is the traveling. The other thing too is if you guys were looking for if you're ready to like harvest something from all of this learning that you've grown. So if you've been learning a lot, and this definitely resonates for those people who feel like you've just finished some sort of certification or some sort of learning, or you just finished learning a hobby or some sort of new skill, you're finally able to put those ideas into action, is what I'm starting to get with this card. Is that where you felt like you were learning all of the knowledge and taking it all in, now you get to express that knowledge out to the world through your hobbies and through teaching maybe to other people, or just putting the knowledge into action, is what I'm seeing a lot from this card, which is also going to be a wonderful blessing to see that coming forward for you all. But with all of that said, I'm going to go ahead and move on to your charms so we can get those smaller details on the everyday level and see what's coming in here for you. Like I said, lots of learning, lots of growing, harvesting of ideas, and that growth, breathing in a fresh new start and travel, and then also connecting with your roots. So let's see what else is coming in here for the month of June for you guys. So group one, we're looking for any information, energy, insights, or guidance coming in for group one for June blessings. Group one, June blessings. Okay. What I think is interesting is what fell in my lap while I was doing this was the letter M, but in runes, the letter M also can represent Awaz, because we had Iwaz here, so now we have Awaz coming in, and that's really interesting too. So this could be read as an M or Awaz, which represents movement, which represents travel. So it's really interesting to see both of those cropping up, and I really think you might be traveling to a place that is within your ancestral roots or culture or ethnicity or something along those lines. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up the ones that fell upside down here or just don't feel like they should be here on your charms, but most of them were really upright. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom you in so you can see, and we'll go ahead and get started here. All right, so beyond the rune message here with Awaz and Iwaz both popping up with movement and that spiritual movement like I was talking about, we do have the partnership charm coming up here, as well as the heart key. So this is about opening your heart, opening yourself, and then we have the partnership charm. So either you're already in a relationship and you're going to just be getting closer with your partner, possibly traveling to see them or being able to connect deeper with them and, unlocking parts of yourself together. But the other thing that I'm seeing here too is if you are not in a relationship, maybe you are opening yourself up to partnership, opening yourself up to a relationship, or just you're seeking it out now. There's an active element to it. Instead of just waiting for something to come, I really do see that you are looking and actively making that effort. So I do see that coming in for some of you. Oh, and I didn't even mention, but we also have the hippie heart coming up here. So this one has like this like paisley print. So it always makes me think of like a 70s print or something, or a 60s print. And I'm just really getting from this is that you're finally pursuing something that you just truly love and really vibe with. And especially with that card of like if you were learning a new skill or hobby, I feel like for you guys, you're finding or refinding and kindling a love for a hobby or skill that you haven't been able to enjoy for quite a while, and that's going to be such a blessing for you as well. So like maybe you loved reading and you haven't read for a really long time and you're finally reading again, or you love painting or biking or skateboarding or whatever it is. I really do think you're going to be able to reconnect, especially if it's something to do with the air element. So like I said, I felt skateboarding coming in, so maybe like, catching air in that way or connecting with the air element in some way is going to be really impactful and important to your month and these skills. So we have that also coming in. Also, because you have travel, it could be air travel being the majority of you. some of the other elements and charms that you have coming in here is here on your outer ring, we have kind of two different charms showing up here. So one towards the action moon of the first quarter moon and one towards the last quarter moon, which is about release. So the things that you're bringing in and putting action to, like I mentioned earlier, is partnership or looking towards something, because this is the doodle hearts. This makes me think of, like, you know, when you doodle little hearts, or at least that's the stereotype, like when you have a crush, you doodle hearts, you write their name in your notes or whatever. So when I see this charm, it makes me think of that, like that first like crush, that very first initial attraction towards someone, and now you're making an action towards it. So I do see that coming in for those of you who have been wanting to put yourself out there. That's coming in. Or if you are already in a relationship, like I said, you're going to be making more gestures or getting closer to them in that way and putting action that's very intentional towards your relationship. The other things on the opposite spectrum over here of what you are releasing is we do have the wrench. So this is about putting a wrench in something, like where you're like, I'm just over it, I'm going to put a wrench in it and I'm going to move on. So there might have been something where you just felt really stuck lately on, or you feel like you're just clinging on to it because you feel like you need to fix something or something needs fixed. But sometimes we just need to let it go, you know, or let someone else be able to help us with the situation, because this can also represent being kind of stubborn. So this is about releasing this type of energy, releasing the stubbornness, or releasing the energy that you have to finish something. Sometimes it's okay to begin again or try again, or knowing when it's not always a bad thing to quit or a bad thing to release or let something go that just no longer serves you. So if you feel like this resonates for something having to do especially with tools or with a skill even, for some of you that may resonate if this skill was not really coming in for you. I really do see that coming in for some of you, needing to release that type of energy. Don't mind me. There was just a wolf spider crawling right on past me, but we're going to keep looking at your charms. So some of the other things that are coming in, like I said, ancestors is coming in a lot, because we do have the cloudy charms. This always makes me think of like clouds or fogginess, where you just really aren't getting a lot of clarity on something. Something is still feeling very hidden from you. You can't see the center of it. And next to it, we have the sugar skull, which for me just can represent ancestors or culture, or also because of like Day of the Dead, it makes me think of, you know, honoring your ancestors and honoring those who have passed, and, you know, bringing life back to them and everything. So that is what's coming in there, again, with the ancestors, your roots, your cultures, your ethnicity, and connecting with it, because we also have the Ace of Pentacles. So this may even be because of a job that's coming in that's related to ancestral work or related to working with that side of things. But I also just think on a physical level, you're going to be able to connect with them, like you're actually able to travel and go see them, or see, you know, where they rest or something like that. I really just see that there's going to be this connection on a more physical level due to that travel. And lastly here, we have the wildflowers charm. I recently added this one in after a wildflower masterclass that I did with Alex. I'll leave her information down below, but I just did a masterclass with her, and we are really attuned to the idea of what wildflowers can mean to us. And wildflowers are about freedom of our expression, freedom of our ideas, freedom of our own spirit, being able to go towards our life purpose, towards our goals, without other people being in the way. A wildflower doesn't wait to be planted. It plants itself in between concrete. It plants itself when it needs to be. Those dandelions don't wait for anyone to tell them where they get to live, you know? So this is about freedom for you. This is about allowing yourself to be as free as you wish to be. So that's what's coming in here as well. And it's kind of in its own section here at the top of, I always think of this as like a brain. So this is like at the top of your mind. So I really do think that that's going to be a huge blessing for you. And that freedom is making me think again of that breathing in a fresh new start, breathing in a fresh new space. You may even be moving to a new place. Like I said, it could be even more long term or something that takes longer to get there, but is going to be well worth the effort. But with all of that said, group 1, I'm going to go ahead and do a small recap here for you, and I hope you enjoyed this reading. Like I said, there's a lot of fulfillment, a lot of confidence, gaining information and learning, finally being able to put that learning to action. We also have a lot of travel for ancestral roots or heading towards a more spiritual side of yourself, but definitely seeing that coming in multiple places of connecting with your roots on some ancestral level. Oh, I didn't mention these two. Also, these have to do with closing of a cycle. So I kind of talked about that here of releasing something, but we have the cycle charm and the closure charm. So this is about closing off a cycle, something that you have been a part of for a while is finally kind of wrapping up those end bits. It may be bittersweet, it may be needed, but that is definitely showing up here as well. So lots of freedom, wildflowerness. We also had that crush energy of putting action towards your feelings and expressing them in a partnership sort of manner. And at the heart of it, just allowing yourself to breathe. That's going to be your biggest blessing for the month. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading here with me today and enjoyed the runes. Definitely let me know if you enjoyed the runes. And like I said in the intro, please let me know in the comments down below not only how this resonated, but also because it's Pride Month, because this is a time where us kindred spirits can really send so much love and healing towards one another. Feel free to let me know in the or let anyone know in the comments an affirmation, or just wanting to say that you are loved, or something where you can send them some love back and some just wonderful niceness in the comments. So let's make it a wonderful, positive place down there and send so much love and encouragement and support to those here watching. So with all of that said, please be sure to give this video a like. Let me know in the comments down below a affirmation or what you felt this reading was. And if you are new and you'd like to subscribe and join this community, you will be getting all sorts of videos like this that are monthly blessings, timeless readings like what are your spiritual magical gifts and abilities, your hidden talents, what makes you attractive, and so much more. And then also 2-week readings as well. So feel free to subscribe if you'd like to join this beautiful community of kindred spirits, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye! Hello group 2, if you've decided to choose this little sun sachet, then this is the pile for you. I'm going to go ahead and set this little sun buddy right down here so you can see it during your reading here today, as we are going to be exploring your June blessings and any energies, insight, or guidance that are going to be coming in here for you group 2. We're going to be using the charms, the watercolor affirmations. We're also going to be using the Modern Witch Tarot as well as the Sea Melodies Oracle, and instead of using the letter tiles this month, I decided we'd pull a rune message. So I'm really excited about that because I want to start getting more into my runes here on this channel, but I was really feeling called to them here today. So let's go ahead and start looking into your pile group 2. Alright, so June blessings, group 2, June blessings, and always feel free to send your energy in through time and space here. I always do honestly feel it, and it does make a difference. So here we have both the 4 of Wands, so something to celebrate, possibly a date night, a wedding, a graduation, something big or small, but we also have the moon showing up here, so some uncertainty or hidden energy showing up here with the moon. But let's see what else here for you, group 2. So yeah, feel free to send your energy on through. We're looking for June blessings. Blessings for June for group 2, group 2, group 2. What do we need to know for group 2 for the blessings that are coming in? I'm not feeling that one either. Group 2, group 2. Ooh, that one just shot right out. So we have here the 10 of Wands showing up here as well. So I do see also one more card that fell upright in the deck. So we also have here Justice. So we're going to take that one as well, which I was kind of already feeling here with that Ten of Wands. Like there's this equilibrium that's coming towards that Ten of Wands, and that could even be your blessing. But let's go ahead and see what else is coming in here with your Sea Melodies message. So what blessings are coming in for June for group 2 here? Group 2. Ooh, interesting. Group 1 also had something about travel. So we have here voyage, set sail on a new course. So this can be about physically traveling somewhere, but it can and even possibly on a boat. But we do have also with voyage like a personal journey that you're going on to, setting sail on a new course, setting sail on a new adventure, setting sail in a new direction. So that's really interesting to see it coming up here as well. But I'm going to go ahead and also pull you your rune message. So feel free to send your energy in, especially with the runes. I always feel like they really connect to people. So let's see, Group 2 here. What does Group 2 need to know for June? Group 2. This one here. Alright, so you got here Degas. It always looks like a little bow tie, but it represents evolution or day. So I always think of this as like day and night, especially since you have that energy already coming in here with the Justice card of like 2 different sides of a story. So black and white, day and night, sun and moon, especially since you chose the actual sun and then having the moon. There can also be that kind of message of like an equilibrium, something kind of equaling back out. So that's really interesting that you got Degas here, but let's go ahead and pull your final message here and we'll start really diving into these messages, but stay tuned later on in the reading because we will be looking into the charms. But here we are, Group 2. What do we need to know for Group 2 for their June blessings, energy, insights, and guidance coming in for June? Okay, so we have here, find that way or find the way to rekindle that fire inside you, rekindling something that kind of just lost its spark, or finding more inspiration again to continue to grow a fire that's within you. Definitely has that like Ace of Wands, 2 of Wands energy, and with that 10 of Wands, I really do think it's like also that equilibrium, that balancing, especially since you also have the 4 of Wands. But let's go ahead and start really diving in. So like I said, there's a lot of equilibrium here, and then having the moon. So I feel like in previous months, I feel like you've been looking for answers, seeking assistance possibly too within yourself, but feeling really overwhelmed because we do have the 10 of Wands showing up here, and this is like the overwhelmed card. It also can represent for some people like the last push, like this is like the finals week. If you were in school or something, it's like the finals week, like you just got all the exams, all the pressure, all of the stuff on you, and then that like release afterwards. You're in the release stage. Like this is like you can, or at least it's going to be coming for you within the month, where you can finally set down some of these wands, set down some of it, and rekindle yourself, like start back over, freshen back up, balance back out. So definitely some self-care is needed this month. That celebrations coming in, some rest, some time to celebrate, some time to enjoy what you have accomplished, because I really do think you've been overwhelmed, pushing yourself too hard, having tunnel vision, right? Because you also see this girl, she's carrying all of these wands, carrying so much weight, so many responsibilities, so much to hold on to, and she's gonna like walk across this road almost blinded by it. So there is this tunnel vision as well of feeling just very focused on one or many things and not being able to see the whole picture, or trying to see even how much you need. You might not have been getting enough sleep, getting enough water, getting enough of those like very simple everyday things, taking a shower, taking care of yourself. And this is, if you aren't already, then it's time to set some of those down. Let other people help you, because like I said, you're feeling kind of blinded by it, because we do have the moon, and the moon also can tell us, it's like those bedtime stories where things can be exaggerated. So you may be just feeling a lot of pressure, and letting some of that go is going to take away some of the heightened anxiety and pressure from the situation, because the moment we start to pep something up inside our heads, or we're like, that final seems so much worse than it actually truly is if we simplify things down. So this is about simplifying this month. This is about weighing the pros and cons of something and just really letting some of that go, allowing other people to help you across the road, allowing other people to help you hold some of these responsibilities. So if you have young ones, letting them help out with the chores. If you have, if it's a business situation, allowing someone else to also be able to take on some of that work load, because we do have justice, which does equal things out. This is about creating equality, creating a space of equality, and really just allowing things to balance back out. And we also had that coming in here too with Degas, and Degas can also represent a restart. It's the sunrise to the sunset, that bittersweet moment of in between. So allowing yourself to, maybe you still have things to do, but in those moments where you do allow yourself to have rest, and I really do mean allow, because if you don't make time for it, you won't, especially with that 10 of Wands showing up. You have to allow yourself to have this time. Allow yourself to go on these voyages, set sail on other priorities outside of what's showing up here, because otherwise you're just gonna have it all in your head, and it's going to just put too much pressure on your plate. But finding that way to rekindle that fire inside you. So especially if you've been feeling the pressure of this and kind of losing yourself within it, this is about rekindling that fire within you, rekindling because you took time to sleep, took time to actually take care of yourself, and you're going to feel so much more rejuvenation from that. But I also see with the Four of Wands here, the Four of Wands is also about connecting with another, feeling more stable, feeling because this is a stable structure. When you have the number 4 in general, it represents stability, but also it can be celebration. So maybe you're going to a wedding, or you're going to enjoy time with someone that you love, or with those that you love, or reconnecting with your family. It can represent social events, but also just in general taking time to celebrate and be grateful for how far you've come, because sometimes with that tunnel vision, we don't take time to be like, wow, look at how much I've done in the last month. We're only focused on the future. So take time to be grateful for where you are and be present in the moment this month, because that pressure is what's making things less exciting and less to celebrate in your life. And I really do see a lot to be celebrating, and I really just don't want you to miss out on it. And then lastly, I didn't really talk about this one too much, but like I said, with Voyage, it really can represent, and I even am getting that here with the bottle too. It's not just a ship, it's a ship in a bottle. So I really do feel like you guys have been bottled up. Definitely set sail on a new course outside of your home. Get outside of your space, outside of your comfort zone too, if you want to, and allowing yourself space to breathe again. And this really did come in a lot from group 1 as well. So you may be watching both piles, or they may both be resonating on different levels. So feel free to check out pile 1 as well. But with Voyage, like I said, it's just representing to head and set sail on a new course or path in your life, or also just literally physically going on a journey, setting sail on a cruise, going on a vacation, whatever you need, even if it's in your own space, just allowing yourself to have that space and time. So with all of that said, let's go ahead and start looking into your charms, see what else is coming up here for you, group 2, because I really do see a lot coming in here, but I am curious more on the Degas message. I want to see also what it is you're going to be rekindling in that time and space that you allow yourself to rest in, and what comes from that rejuvenation. So let's see what else is coming in here for you, group 2. Group 2, we're looking for any information, energy, insights, or guidance, and most specifically the blessings coming in for June for group 2. Group 2, group 2, group 2. Okay, Wow, lots of numbers. Very interesting that you had so many numbers coming up. But yeah, I'm going to pick up the ones that fell upside down. That's really interesting too that you had that. We do have celebrations showing up here. We have the celebrations charm. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and zoom you in so you can see more of what's going on here in your charms. So first off, here at the heart of your week, I did decide to keep this one in because I was curious what the other number was, and we have 7 showing up here. So we have 1, 13, 12, and 7. So we have kind of 1 in almost every space on the board, all of the different sections except for this one. But this one is just talking about celebrations coming in, and these are big celebrations. So those aren't like the small little celebrations, but like really big things to be celebrating in life, either going to events or within yourself. But we do have the disco ball. This represents to celebrate, to laugh, to enjoy, those little things, but also to dance, move your body this month. Definitely, especially with that 10 of Wands, you're like hunched over, you're feeling stiff, you're feeling like you've had to hold so much. Allow your body to move, allow your arms to be free for a moment, because I really do see that being a blessing for you. Sometimes blessings can be very like specific to like career or this or that, but I really see for you guys, for your month, it has a lot to do with those little things that are in your self-care that are being missed out on. So let's see what else is coming in here with the heart of your month. And we have the clean slate cleaver. So this represents like a clean slate, right? Because when you use this type of knife, you aren't going to get a jagged cut. This is like clean and crisp and nice. So there's something that you need to cut out of your life possibly that just is not serving you anymore, and creating a clean slate, a clean break from it. No strings still stuck and attached, which I think is interesting too, because you do actually have the string showing up here, which doesn't show up a ton, but we do have the string. So I really think that there's an attachment that you've had recently, either with your job or with work or with these responsibilities that you just really need a clean break from for a little while, or within a relationship of yours or type of miscommunication that happened. But wherever that resonates, that's coming in quite strongly there. We also have that new beginning kind of vibe coming in here, because we do have the leaf, which can represent like to a start of a new leaf, right? Like a turn of a new leaf. So this is a new beginning, a new leaf, a start afresh, kind of spring kind of feeling. Even if it's not spring there, this is about creating a new fresh start for yourself. Again, really reminding me of pile number 1. You guys definitely, there's some of you guys that were using both of them. So that's coming in as well. But where I am seeing this turn of a new leaf has a lot to do with your mental space, because the 7 does represent our mental reflections, looking at our mental state. And the other thing too with 7, when I found this one, right, like it was upside down, it was that moon energy, that hidden energy, and it's about exposing some of that side of yourself, not even exposing it, but just reflecting in it, realizing that some of your thoughts have really been restricted for a while, and not allowing yourself to expand, because we do have the expansion charm of like feeling, this can represent feeling really spaced out, but that's not really what I'm getting for most of you. I'm really getting more of expansion from this, right? Like expansion to the point where it's like the universe level, the solar system level. Like this is really big expansion, feeling like you can just, like I said, dance and move, and space is open, because I really do feel like you've just been kind of tied back, held on these responsibilities for too long. Within those voyages, though, that we have coming in here, we have the chromosome charm. So this represents your body, something on a body level. Like I said, I really felt like your self-care had less to do with the mental state other than the 7 showing up. A lot of the messages I was getting was like, drink some water, take a shower, allow yourself to like really decompress, and expand on a body level, really taking care of your body in some way. We do have the number 12 showing up, so that may resonate for some of you. 12 can also represent the end of a cycle, so that's where that degauss is coming in again, of that bittersweet moment, because 12 can be like 12 months, the end of a year, 12 as noon and then heading to night or whatever it is for you, but there is just like that day and night, that switch and flip to another perspective. We also do have here coming in also the long journey. So this is where that voyage card is really coming in again, because we have the long journey. This isn't like a quick little flight that you get on and then you come home. Like, this is a long journey that is needed. Either a long self-care journey, because we do have that self-care showing up here, but I also do see just in general traveling, going on a road trip, going on a cruise. Some really big journey is needed for you. So that's coming in as well. And lastly here we have the number 1, so putting yourself first. And then we also have 13, which a lot of people see 13 as an unlucky number, so it kind of just depends on your perspective. But what I think is interesting is what came up next to the unlucky number is a bit of luck, right? Because we have or at least where I live, if you pick up a coin and it falls heads, then that means that it is a lucky penny. So this is a lucky penny, and the penny year, in case anyone was curious, is 1995, which is actually the year I was born, in case anyone was curious. But we do have this lucky penny coming next to an unlucky kind of situation. So where you feel like you may have luck that has just been not on your side recently, feel like things have just been really weighing down, all that pressure, there's so much blessings coming in with that good luck on your side, things balancing back out, right? So it's not even that you're going to be overly lucky or overly unlucky, just things are going to be quite leveled out, and that's really going to be the blessing for you, is just finally to be within that middle space of feeling just like the warm water versus the hot or the cold, just feeling really just mellow in that space. So with all of that said, I'm going to do a quick recap here. Like I said, a lot of it has to do with balancing back out that day and that night, taking off so much of this responsibility and pressure, letting other people help you and assist you, going on these voyages, longer journeys, possibly even with your health. And then we also have that rekindling too, within these celebrations, and in finding like a structure that you can really enjoy and live life within that isn't just so bogged down. So very exciting to see so much lovely energy to be coming in here for your month of June. It feels so expansive, so like I feel like I could dance in this space right now, so I hope you guys are feeling that too. Let me know in the comments down below if this resonated for you, and also give this video a like if you really did like it. It really helps this channel and these videos to continue to flourish and grow. So thank you to everyone who has done that. Also, like I said in the intro, let someone know something wonderful in the comments down below. Let's spread some, not even just positivity, but healing words of encouragement, words of support, and all that kind of stuff. Just really give some love down in the comments this month. I really just feel like that is needed. So even if it's just something really simple or just like a heart emoji, let's just spread some love in the comments and really feel that support from the community. So I'd love to see what you guys say down there. I'm really excited for all the love. And lastly, if you are new to the channel and this is one of your very first readings here with me, I do lots of other things on this channel too, of readings beyond just the monthly blessings, but I also do 2-week readings, some magical videos as well, and even timeless readings on like what makes you most attractive, your spiritual and magical gifts and abilities, hidden talents. Also, especially with the energy that you had coming in here with luck, I also have a whole video on luck as well. So if you're interested in any or all of that, feel free to subscribe and join this beautiful community of kindred spirits. And yeah, I wish you guys the best for the month of June. Happy Pride to anyone who is celebrating, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Hello Group 3, if you've decided to choose this dried orange slice, then this is the pile for you. I dried these all the way back in October, and they still smell so lovely, so in case you guys can smell it, that is the beautiful orange slice that you chose. And today we are going to be looking into your June blessings, as well as any energy, insights, or guidance that's coming in. We're going to be using the charms, the watercolor affirmations. We're also going to be using the Sea Melodies Oracle and and the Modern Witch Tarot. And instead of doing the letter tiles this month, I was feeling really called to use my runes and use them more on this channel. For whatever reason, they were just really calling to me. So I'm going to be pulling a special rune message for you guys. Not actually dropping ones out as we do this, but I will be looking for one of these for each of you and for this group. So let's go ahead and start looking into your group 3. So group 3, what do we have coming in here for blessings for group 3? So we have the 6 of Wands. This can be leadership, community, lots of empowerment as well, and victory. So I'm excited to see what that is. That's already exciting to see coming in. What a beautiful card for the month of June. And I'm feeling this bottom one, honestly. We have the 2 of Pentacles, which is about, juggling things and finding a medium or equilibrium. And let's see what else is coming in here for you, group 3. Group 3, what do we need to know? Oh my goodness, they're just flying out for you guys. So again, more balance here with Temperance. And we also have the Knight of Wands coming up here as well, upright. So there we are. And I don't normally take 5 cards, but this one, back when I picked up this 2 of Pentacles, I don't know if you guys noticed, there were 2 cards there. One of them was the 2 of Pentacles, and then I also was just curious what the other one was, and it was the 10 of Swords. And then when I was doing this again, the one that fell this way was the 10 of Swords. So I really feel like that one was like, please pick me up. Someone is going to resonate with it. So the 10 of Swords is showing up here as well. So we've got lots of energy to be diving into here for your group. But I'm excited for the challenge. Let's see what else there is. So here we are, group 3. We're looking for any energy, insights, or guidance, and what blessings are coming in for the month of June for group 3. Group 3 here, month of June, group 3. Feel free to send your energy in and on through time and space. Doing this bottom one. Oh, that's such a nice one. We have generosity. What good is treasure if you keep it for yourself? Generosity, so cool. Love that. So, okay. Awesome. Let's go ahead and pick out your rune message for the month of June. I'm actually going to use this hand. So, the month of June for group 3 here. Any energy, insights, or guidance, or blessings coming in for the month of June. So here we are. All right, so you have here Menage. What a good one. This one's like about community and growing a structure. This is about humanity and mankind. So that is Menage showing up here for you guys. It's also like just in general aesthetically one of my favorites of the runes. So let's see what else is coming up here. Definitely seeing that with generosity coming in as well. So let's see what else is coming in here, but stay tuned later on. I forgot to mention stay tuned as well because we will be doing the charms, so we'll see more of those in just a minute. But let's see here, group 3, June blessings, group 3. Okay, so I'm going to take this one. Chill out. So we have chill out. That's a beautiful blessing. This one makes me think of like when you chill out and watch Netflix. I don't know why Friends popped in at my head, but like either chilling out with friends or watching something like a sitcom like Friends. That's showing up here. But I'm going to go ahead and start diving on into your messages, group 3. All right, so there's a few different messages coming in here, and we have like a direct message that's coming in here. It's almost like fanning out is what I'm seeing here, from like a visual like perspective, because right here we have mankind with Menage. So something centered around mankind, around community, around advocacy or something like that, or generosity. So we have generosity showing up here, and then that 6 of Wands. So especially if you guys are going to Pride, I see like a festival, I see something that you guys can feel victorious, hold your flags up, feeling really free. And then we also have like kind of a pride going on here with the Temperance card. So I do see that kind of coming in for some of you, but also just in general, I just see you giving back to your community, either with your time by volunteering or by being a leader within some sort of like social activism or within nonprofit organizations or something like that is what I'm seeing here, of like giving back in the ways that is possible for you at this time, and feeling really proud and very victorious in that, or feeling very proud to give back to a community that you've had to go through some struggles to kind of be where you are now. Because I'm seeing the everything is fine, almost like it is fine now, like, right? Because we have that 10 of Swords, where everything is not fine, but then I feel like you've finally overcome something, or at least you've found a lot of healing and a lot of peace with a situation that you were in before, especially on a pride level. I really think that you've either gone through a situation, that's why you want to give back, that's why you want to be generous with your time, with your money, with your volunteering, with the jobs that you're taking in, and the energy that you're giving forth to people, is because you want to give back to those who have gone through struggles or are currently going through struggles that you have, and that connection that is there with that too showing up here. It's really making me feel like there's this connection that's happening there, almost like a soul connection, a community of support, which is so beautiful. So I love that that's coming up here as such a beautiful blessing to be able to give back to that community that you're a part of, or that you've gone through struggles, and being able to give back. With chill out, I really do think, like, again, that's really coming in here with the Temperance card and the Two of Wands, because the Two of Wands and Temperance both tell us a story of needing to balance, to create balance, to also work within moderation. So you've been juggling with something, either a decision, or juggling with life in general, juggling with your job and home life, juggling with, finding rest and also working or something like that. There's just like this balance that needs done. And then you also have the two cups, right? Like you're trying to keep filling each one back and forth, back and forth. And I really do think you're just going to find some balance, find some time to just chill out in the in-between, which honestly, all three piles have had something about needing to chill out, needing self-care time, needing to calm down a little bit. And with the amount of sun energy we're getting going into summer, possibly for a lot of you here in the northern hemisphere, or possibly just needing that rest here in the southern hemisphere with winter, I just feel like there's that balance that's coming in here, and a need for balance. So that's coming in here a lot. Also with Temperance, it does represent to working with moderation as well. So finding balance within your activities and your hobbies, and finding that medium space. Because I really do see a lot of determined energy of wanting to just like keep going, because you have the Knight of Wands, and they are determined, and they have that like victory kind of feeling, that like, yes, I'm going to just keep going and keep advocating and keep giving and being generous. But make sure to keep a little bit for yourself too. Keep a little bit of time to continue healing, to also take time when you need to, if you're feeling triggered by anything, or feeling like, you can only give back so much. Like sometimes we need a little bit of time to refill our own cup. So as much as we can give back, we have to continue to find ways to keep refilling our own cup. So either that's taking time for yourself, or feeling fulfilled by the community. It just kind of depends on which way is really balancing for you. Everybody fills their cup differently, but whatever fills your cup and makes you feel fulfilled again, or makes you feel like your energy is back up again, whatever self-care needs you need, taking a relaxing bath, going for a jog, catching up with friends, watching Netflix, whatever that chill out is, even just literally taking a nap, make sure to still continue to do that, because you can't just focus on this generosity, as it really does feel like a streamlined focus, and kind of just forgetting about yourself a little bit. So make sure to still give back to yourself as well. The other thing that I'm getting here as well with the Six of Wands that I wanted to state as well is, if you aren't fully resonating on the generosity level, I really do see with everything is fine too. If you've gone through a current situation where things just kind of felt like what this card looks like, or you've been on social media a lot, or you're just feeling a lot of pressure from a social scene, or knowledge related things, and within your communication with others, I do see like a victory coming for you, possibly just because like if you feel like you've just been kind of lost in it, it can just be a victory in yourself. Like you finally got out of bed that morning, or you finally took some time to eat that breakfast that you needed. Those small little things that really do add up to fill back up our cup. I really do see a victory in and of itself, just for you. Even if nobody fully understands the extent of how difficult some of these things can be to get yourself back up, I really do see you doing that, and that's going to be such a wonderful blessing as well. And I'm totally rooting for you guys. So let's go ahead and start looking at your charms. So we can get more information on your month, possibly from the everyday, and see what comes in there. But really cool that you guys got Manaz. It's one of my favorite runes. So let's go ahead and start diving into these messages with the charms. So group three, let's see what's coming in for group 3 for the month of June, with the blessings, energy, insights, and guidance that's coming in for group 3. So group 3, June blessings. Okay. Y'all kind of like splashed this way, which I thought was kind of interesting. But I'm going to go ahead and start picking up some of these letters and see what else is coming in here for you. I'm going to keep this one because it was upside down under this particular charm. And for whatever reason, I'm feeling like these still need to be on here, so I'm going to just move them back on. But let's go ahead and zoom you in so you can see all of these charms and all of their glory and beauty for you guys. So here we are in the central ring, and you have the financial charm, which I think is really interesting because you also have a couple other things having to do with your finances. So this represents feeling kind of chained down from a financial level, feeling like maybe you want to be super generous, but you're feeling like you're not able to give back on a financial level, support companies, support people, but you can still volunteer, you can still give your time if that is how you're feeling at this time. We also have here the selfless charm too, so that's why it's giving me that information of feeling like you're wanting to be generous, but you just don't have the money to give back right now. And I understand there's so many people that I feel like deserve so much love, and I just don't have the finances to always be able to give back in the ways that I wish to. But you can still advocate for them, you can still like their posts, you can still go to their events, you can still create events or create places of change through volunteering. Those can still come in. Because like I said, we do have the selfless charm showing up here, because a bobby pin isn't about being seen, yet it still holds up our hair. It still makes things look really beautiful. So this is those things that happen behind the scenes, and volunteers are definitely a part of that. People sometimes don't always get the credit of being, like the Six of Wands shows. Like you may be feeling like, if you're looking to do this because you want to be the center of attention, it's probably not going to be the place you need to be. This is because you truly want to be generous, and without the praise or without all of the glitz and glam of it. The other things that we have here, which I think is interesting too, is we have the upside down crown. So like I said, this is about wanting to not be in the spotlight for it. You just want to do it because it is the right thing to do. So that's really cool too. Or if you were going to take a leadership role, it isn't about being the leader, it's about what you can bring to your community. So I think that's wonderful. The other things that we have here is the fake finances charm. So this represents being fake, or in general, it means that you just don't have a ton of money right now because it's like a fake coin. And then underneath it, you have the number 11, and 11 can represent wishes. So if you're trying to manifest money into your life right now, definitely start doing that. This is a good time to be doing that with your witchcraft, with your spirituality, with wish making, with law of attraction, whatever you use. This is the time to be doing it, because that's really coming in quite strongly with that charm, especially since we just had a Scorpio full moon recently. So anytime that the moon is in Scorpio would be a really good time for you as well, because we do have the passionate Scorpio sign showing up here. So either a Scorpio is going to be really important in your life this month, or just in general, because it didn't really fall on the person of Scorpio, it fell more on the oracle message of Scorpio. You're going to be finding things to be passionate about this month, or bringing passion, bringing sensuality, bringing that side of yourself, that flame, to your month. So that's really cool too, to be really exploring that side of yourself. The other charms that we have showing up here is the tied up charm. So feeling really tied up about something. So if you're feeling really tied up recently, tied to another, tied to a particular job position, tied to something that you don't want to be tied to, this is about breaking free from that this month, making sure to find ways to get around that, or to talk to people who can help you on the opposite side that are possibly in a form of leadership as well that could help you within that situation. I feel like that's very specific to a certain number of you. And lastly, in our moon cycles, just after the full moon, which we're going to be heading into at the beginning of June, I almost said July, we do have that passionate energy showing up here. So we have the passion charm. I always feel like this looks like a little creative lantern. So you're finally letting your creativity shine as well. So if you've been working on a creative project or a creative career or something that's just really creative with your mind, you're finally able to shed light on it, or finally able to illuminate that out to the world, which is really beautiful to see, especially if they have to do with that volunteering, or if they have to do with giving back. And lastly, here we have the showing your face charm. So this is about really being your true and authentic self, really showing your full colors, because it is just like really just showing your face. You're not hiding it. You're letting everyone really truly see it, and making moves based off of being your authentic self, because we do have the Rook charm. I believe it's Rook, right? And it's the charm that just moves straight forward. You have a goal in mind and you're moving straight towards it. And it has something to do with being vulnerable. So like I said, with your advocacy, I really do think it is coming from a place where you feel like you've already been there, or you're a part of underserved communities, or part of you've gone through specific traumas or through specific healing that needed from specific situations. And this is going to be different for each of you, what that situation is. But that's what's driving you towards wanting to give back, and is creating that need for change. So that really expressing yourself and being vulnerable is what's going to be able to be that driving force that's going to move you forward. So with all of that said, group 3 here, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I'm going to go ahead and set your rune here, but we had Manaz, we had, like I said, a lot of advocacy, even some, I was really feeling like that pride vibe. But it could be other sorts of things that you're bringing that generosity and volunteering towards. There is a need to still chill out and give back to yourself, even though you have all this drive and passion in you. Make sure to still, look after yourself. Also, if you're waiting for some wishes to come through or something like that, definitely keep heading towards those, especially around Scorpio moons or something to do with Scorpio here. And then a lot of passion is coming back in as well. So that's really exciting to see. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Let me know by putting a like on this video. I really do appreciate it. To everyone who has already liked the video, thank you so much. I really, really do appreciate it. It really helps this channel continue to grow and flourish. So thank you. Also, like I mentioned in the intro, please let everyone know in the comments something. It doesn't have to be, I'm not asking for like toxic positivity in the comments necessarily, but just, sending something that can brighten someone's day, or sending support and love towards someone, especially since I feel like you guys have gone through some stuff. I feel like you guys would have wonderful wisdom and advice to bring to this space. So feel free to send some wonderful energy down in the comments below, give some advice, spread some love. I'd love to see all of that down in the comments. So thank you to everyone who has also commented and spread some love. My words right now, I don't know where they're going. But lastly, if you are new to the channel and this is one of your very first readings here with me, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming here and joining this Kindred Spirit community if you would like to. As I also do readings beyond these monthly blessings, because I also do timeless readings like what are your your spiritual natural gifts and abilities, what makes you most attractive, how your luck is about to change, and so much more, as well as magical videos and even 2-week forecasts. So if you're interested in any or all of that, or just this beautiful community, then feel free to subscribe and join on in, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.